Hello, this is Lee from High Performance Coaching Trainer. I am the founder and the leading strategic marketing expert within this company as well. Firstly, I wanted to welcome everyone to 2018 and wish everyone the best in business for this year coming up as well. I want to take a bit of an opportunity to talk to you about how I moved from being a dreamer to a visionary. When I was a very young child, I kind of didn't quite fit in at school, and I was associated as a bit of a loner. I wasn't one of the cool kids at all. I was bullied a bit, and I felt very lonely at school as well. I also came from a very disengaged family as well. So as you can see, as a child, I didn't have maybe the ideal childhood that some people have today. However, that didn't stop me, because at night time, I used to actually dream. And I would have the biggest dreams ever. And the one thing that I always loved was horses. So, of course, in my dream, I become the horse. And not only was I the horse, I was this beautiful white stallion. And I had spirit, and nothing could hold me back. And I had become the leader of the pack. So what I would do is I'd stand on top of my big hill, and I'd make sure that my herd is looked after and protected and nurtured by myself as well. So that was my dream. I remember in one instance, I was allowed to ride horses, but my parents couldn't afford a horse, so I would hire horses from the riding school. And this particular day, I was riding the horse along the footpath of my neighbours, and of course that was a no-no, because the hooves of the horse would chop up the grass, and obviously a lot of people are very house proud and things like that as well. So this particular man jumped out and grabbed the reins of my horse that I was riding and said to me, "Take this note home to your parents." I took the note home to my parents, expecting that I'll be in trouble. However, I was come from very strict parents, and I was a very obedient child. So I gave the note to my parents, and of course the next day they took me around, and I thought it would be to apologise to Mr. Gubbins for what I had been doing. He looked at me and he said, "So, you like horses, do you?" And I said, "Yes." My eyes lit up. I said, "Yes, I love horses." And he said, "Come with me." And he took me around behind his house, and in a corner there was a stable. He opened the stable, and this is beautiful white stallion that was in the stable. And it was exactly like my dream. And he said to me, "Would you like to ride my horse for me? I'm looking for a good rider, and I would like you to ride the horse." You can imagine how I felt as a child. I was so excited. So you can see, I started to learn at a very young age that when you really dream of something, you will achieve it. And this was demonstrated throughout my life in many different occasions, even winning the Australian titles with my martial arts. I had won 3 Australian titles in a row, and I had actually seen myself winning the events before I had actually won it. And this happens a lot with the sporting arena as well. In 2001, I had been spent 10 years working in the public service, and I hated my job. All I wanted to do was get out with fitness, continue my training, do my martial arts, do my gym work, and what I would do is at 5 o'clock every day, I would have my shoes on under my desk ready to escape to something that I really loved. I had a personal trainer at that stage, and he knew how unhappy I was at work, so he invited me into a partnership into his business. And of course I accepted and withdrew all my super. And in 6 weeks later, I found out that he was just after the money and he didn't want a partner at all. So I started to understand that I had no business sense. I was not savvy. I had no street smarts in business at all. And I was being taken advantage of many, many times throughout my business career when I first started it. I was working a lot with personal development with a lot of my clients, and the changes that they were making, and the way they were getting more confidence, they were becoming better communicators, and they were becoming more focused and driven as individuals. This started to show in their work environment as well. So what started to happen was their managers and the managers of the company obviously ask the question on what's changed in you, and they would have discussion around my coaching skills. So I was invited into many different organisations to work with their leaders and their teams, including themselves as well as their directors and their general managers as well. So I was absolutely amazed with that as well. However, I still wanted to work. It just wasn't fulfilling. There was still something missing. And I took time out and I started to think, what do I really want to do? And what I really wanted to do was I really wanted to help business owners, so to give them more street smarts, so that they started to understand a good decision opposed to just following the pack and not taking responsibility of their education. So about a year ago, I decided to step away from the corporate and everything else as well, and I decided to work with business owners, in specifically their teams, to get their teams working and their sales teams working as well. One thing that I've been very fortunate to find is I've really studied strategic marketing over the last year with the top coaches throughout the world, and really have an understanding of how to do things differently than our competitors, and how to not just follow the pack, how to sit down and actually design and position yourself strategically so that you actually dominate within your market as well. So I thought, well, what a great idea, so I can actually help business owners and support them so they didn't go through the same experience as I did. Because at the end of the day, we want results, and we want results fast and quickly as well. So having the skills and my experience within business and also the strategies and support now, I can make a huge impact with business owners as well. I want to leave 3 things by the end of the video for you to take away from this video. One is become the visionary. Be associated with your dreams and become visible and stop playing small. Dream big. Once you dream big, the second thing I want you to take away is to educate yourself, to understand strategic marketing, to understand the skill sets that you need to drive your business forward so that you don't blend in. You need to do things different than your competitors to get the most impact. Because people today, you've got to grab their attention fast as well. So education is really important as well. And the third thing I want to leave you with is have a mentor, have a coach, have someone around you that will support you, that will help you, that will encourage you and guide you and bounce ideas. But the most important thing is they will hold you accountable. If you say you're going to do something, then it's my job as a coach to hold you accountable. And if you don't achieve that, then it's my job then to find out why and how we can actually break through those barriers so that you can be successful in your business as well. I also, before I wind up here, lots of events I'm bringing on board next year in 2018, and some of those are mastermind groups, business focus groups, webinars, podcasting, Ask the Expert call around business, and also working with sales teams within medium-sized business as well. And of course, there's the one-on-one coaching from me as well. That's still available as well. So if I can help you, let me know. In the meantime, all the best in business, and I'm wishing you to have an amazing 2018 and kick ass. Take care.